Kimberly Brokling is our next speaker. In my little questionnaire, as she was answering all of them, she's like, wow, I am really boring. I don't have any good answers for this. I am so boring. And then on her stupid human trick, she said, I'm really good at identifying bullshit. So I thought, that's not really stupid. That's something I wish that I had, but I don't. So she's going to be doing Deal with That Obnoxious Morning Person by becoming one. I will be paying especially close attention to this because God knows I need this advice. So please, big hand for Kimberly.
It's dark. It's cold. 6 a.m. Monday morning. You slam that snooze button, mustering every ounce of logic that you have available at that particular hour. Approximately 0 time elapses. This time, you stumble out of bed and limp to the kitchen in search of that magical liquid known as coffee. As it's brewing, you lean against the kitchen counter, wipe your crusty eyes, and try your best not to fall back asleep. And that's when it happens. Like a cheetah stalking a gazelle, your significant other pops out, pinning you against the counter. Good morning, they shout. How are you? How did you sleep? I have a grocery list for you. Did you see that? Did you pick up the dry cleaning? Would you like to do some yoga? No, is the short answer to that. This is a story that repeats itself almost every morning at my house. But what makes it remarkable is that people can relate. I tell this story, and it seems like everybody has either lived with a really obnoxious cheetah morning person, and everyone else has lived with a really grumpy, not morning gazelle person. Out there in the audience, how many of you are cheetahs? How many of you are morning people? Yeah? Okay, and how many of you are the gazelles? Okay, there's a lot. Well, this is a huge issue in relationships because you have to live with the other person. So you've got to figure it out. So forget what you've been reading in Cosmo. This is the relationship problem that you need to solve right now. Now, it's the first step, like any relationship problem, is to figure out who's right and who's wrong. And in this case, it's not that complicated. Would you rather be the sleek, beautiful cheetah, or do you want to be the limping, crusty-eyed gazelle? You obviously want to be the cheetah, and science agrees. Morning people tend to make more money. They're happier. Sorry, it's science, gazelles. It's not in your favor. But don't worry. You also can become a little bit more cheetah-like, like this duck or this woman. The secret is in having good, solid morning habits. Now, a habit has 3 parts, and I want you to think about all 3 of these. I'm going to give you 3 habits, but you can interact with any of these different parts of a habit to have a better morning. So there's a cue, that's just something that happens. There's your habit, that's what you do in response to the cue. And then there's the reward, which is the reward you expect for doing that action in response to the cue. So in the morning, your alarm clock goes off. That's your cue. You press snooze. That's your habit. You get 15 more minutes of sleep. That's your reward. So that's how a habit works. There's 3 parts. Now, the habits I'm going to give you take 3 minutes. And the reason for that is because most advice about being a morning person is written by morning people. And they say things like, wake up 3 hours early and hit the gym, or maybe you should journal a few hours before you go to work. They miss the point that you don't like mornings. You would rather be sleeping. So these take less than 3 minutes. Anyone can do them. Are you guys ready? Okay, so habit 1 is to drink water. When you wake up, you're dehydrated, and that makes you groggy. So just get up, drink a glass of water. You'll feel much better. Habit number 2 is to breathe. Now, experts recommend that you meditate in the morning. If you are a true gazelle, that is a recipe for falling back asleep. So Just breathe a few times. It'll help you deal with the stress of your obnoxious cheetah spouse and also that really persistent alarm clock. Okay, number 3, move. I like to body roll. If you're really boring, you can do jumping jacks. It doesn't matter. Just get yourself moving first thing in the morning, and you'll feel much better the rest of the day. So the bottom line is, this isn't the Discovery Channel. You're not actually a gazelle or a cheetah, for that matter. This is a relationship problem you don't need to be having. Think about the cues, the habits, and the rewards, and the way you can set that up for your morning, and you too can have a great morning. Thank you. Thanks.